Okay. We have a little more than just the dungeon today. Okay. We have a little more than just Canto 3 dungeon today, but I should still be able to knock it out in a couple hours. We'll see though. I yap a lot. Like I don't know. I think I take a while to read through everything because I just interject a lot. So we'll see how that goes. It shouldn't be too bad though. Another thing I considered doing, by the way, is in the Discord server, I considered making a channel for Limbus Company spoilers specifically. So that people could discuss the story and talk about it and stuff. Like, for people that are ahead of me, basically. I feel like that might be a good idea, because there's like a few people in the Discord now that are into Limbus. Oh, it's just a fight, okay. I would still urge people to like, you know, to spoiler the message itself. But it would be a good place to like discuss stuff, I think. Also, it's such unfortunate timing. The new ID for Limbus is coming out at the same time as Ingrid for Street Fighter, so I suppose maybe it's fine, because I'll have time to farm Lunacy for the ID before pulling on it, you know? Pulling for it. On it. What the? Why do so many games release content on Thursdays? I don't know. It's probably some marketing, market research reason. I don't know. Probably similar reasons why all the music gets released on Fridays, right? Like all the musicians are putting out albums and singles and everything on Fridays. We entered the charred mansion and Sinclair led us to the basement. When he opened the door, a long underpass leading to an unknown destination was revealed to us. I think there'd be a tunnel down here. So if my guess is right, then this passage should lead to the branch facility. Why are you keeping this shifty shaft in your basement? They called me in college. It wasn't here before. What? Then how did you know we ought to go to the basement? It's like how magnetic fields draw a compass needle northward. I was brought here by intuition. That's not an explanation. I don't know what that means. He just knows. Okay. Isn't that what it is? You're bringing us along to use as sensors for the bows? That does explain everything. Okay. Oh shit. Never mind, it actually makes perfect sense. All right. Hello, hello. Sinclair quietly looked at Faust. Instead of answering him, she strode past him and stood before the door. Judging from the material, this tunnel seems to have been made relatively recently. It was likely dug by N-Corp's expeditionary forces when they had occupied the town. It won't be a short trip, given that this passage was excavated for their use. We will assuredly run into foes on the way, in some kind of dungeon-like format. We should move once we're ready. Don't give me that look, Dante. I am simply not in the position to comment on it. Right. Another point for Faust being in the know, I guess, or like closer to the higher ups than the rest of the sinners. When Sinclair said, "Oh, you're just using us as, you know, a way to get to the bows, whatever." He was talking to Faust. He was talking to her. I wonder why her. Why she's a sinner and like why she's a part of the crew and not like Virgilius. I suppose I will find out eventually. I don't know. At this point in the game, I'm trusting to have my questions answered, so if I speculate openly, then that's just that. By the way, is there any specific reason why future Cantos are longer? Like, is it just that there's more story, more dialogue, more like, you know, I don't know, it's just a bigger story? Or... Because I feel like story-wise, these are actually pretty short, you know? Like, we go to a location, we plow through it, and we get like a little bit of like an insight into a character's past. But aside from like just, you know, the fights and all that stuff, it's actually not, you know, there's not that much in there. It's pretty brief. The story just gets more serious and more stuff is happening? Okay, yeah. That's what I was assuming. I wonder if we're gonna get any more agency at all. Because right now, Virgilius is just kind of like leading us places and just going, dude, trust me. We have to like just follow him and be like, alright, I guess. Which is fine, but it also kind of gives it like a... I don't know if this is a great comparison, but it's like a monster of the week almost type thing. Where it's like, well, what kind of adventure are going on now? You know? It feels less like there's an overarching narrative. Although there have been hints to that as well, of course. Like, you know, we're searching for Dante's head and there's these other people that are like a different faction that is acting against Limbus company interests and stuff. Oh my god. I wonder if I'm gonna get overbuffed by just not doing the story for like a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have like 14 days of, or 13 days, I guess, of farm for Canto 4. Also, somebody gave me a detail in the comments that the one who grips is a reference to a Carl Jung essay about Nazi Germany, which I thought was very interesting. I'm kind of jealous of people who, like, I don't know if that person knew about it because they read the essay or like some other reason, or they just looked it up or whatever other reason it might have been. Here's the dungeon. I suppose I can just do that. But I'm jealous of people who are really well read and just can, you know, they just know about, they can just catch these types of references and stuff. I'm like a very I don't want to call myself an airhead, but I don't remember a lot of details. Like I'm very bad at remembering trivia and like everything. Yeah. Like I think I'm decently smart. Why is this? Why are you tweaking? What's happening? What is this? What does it mean? What do they want me to do? What is going on? Huh? What do you want from me? I don't understand. What? Is this like, what is this? I don't understand. How come you don't read more? I don't read more because I have a very bad attention span. That's basically it. Like, it's very hard for me to just sit down. I need stimulation at all times. Like, even when I sit down to edit, I need like a video playing in the background to trick myself into thinking that I won't actually get engulfed in the process of editing or making music or anything like that. I need some kind of distraction to ease myself into that process. And with reading or writing, actually, it's very difficult because there's no stimulation happening at all. Like, you can't be doing anything else and read at the same time, at least in my head. And it feels like it's just, I don't know. It's very easy for me to get taken out of it and then not be able to get back into it, you know? I'm so confused by this, by this sign. What is it like? What do they want me to do? Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Fourth match flame. We got, okay. I forgot that I had this. Okay. Whoops. Well, current average level is 19. Oh no. Oh fuck. Okay, let's do this real quick. Oh, I have this available. I suppose I should do it, right? Why not? Maybe reading in small increments would help. Honestly, reading in small increments would be harder because it's hard for me to like once I start, I can do it for hours, you know? Undiagnosed ADHD moment maybe, but like it's just it's difficult for me to regulate whether I am locked in or not, basically. And I have two states, whether I'm like super into something or whether I'm passively doing it. Like with editing, for example, it can take me like 20 minutes to get into it, quote unquote, because I just don't feel like doing anything, or just, I don't know, for whatever reason my brain doesn't activate. But once it does, I can just, you know, do it for a few hours without realizing that the time has passed at all. Or just spend the whole day. Also, I just enjoy audio-visual stuff more than reading. So most of the quote-unquote literature that I've read is like Like, most of the reading I've done is accompanied by visuals or sound. Like, Disco Elysium is fantastic for that. Visual novel adjacent stuff I like. So I like this game because there's a lot of reading, but it's like there's voice acting, there's music, there's visual elements, there's other things that keep me interested in it or that kind of help me get into it. I think the only book that I've read voluntarily, not as part of like a school assignment or anything, was like The Call of Cthulhu, and it was just like a couple of Lovecraft stories and stuff. So I've read a few of those because I was just interested in that. But other than that, I haven't really read books at all. Yeah, it was cool, but I'm not gonna lie, reading several Lovecraft stories back to back is kind of bad. It depends on which ones you pick, but the ones that I picked, like back to back to back, he was just like, the descriptions of undescribable horror were kind of like, the whole point is that it's indescribable. So it was just like, the shapes that these monsters formed were beyond comprehension. Like, and it just felt like it just kept doing that over and over again, you know? Like, one story was doing that, and then the other story was like, yep, you just can't comprehend how fucked up this monster was. I would love to describe it to you, the reader, how messed up and awful this creature was, but like, fuck, man, it's just so crazy. You know? I don't know. It's fine if you read a little bit, but back to back to back, it was like, okay, man, we get it. I just can't, my brain can't comprehend it. It's so utterly fucked up. I know, yeah. Okay, this is max level. I mean, Gregor, surely I don't need to level more. I can level these more, I guess. Wait, reminder, in the dungeons, am I still using only 5 units, or is it 7? Same as Mirror Dungeon. I don't remember. Five? Okay, if it's 5, then like, who cares? They said average level 19, but they counted like this motherfucker, you know, like, it's fine. I'm okay. I suppose I can level you a little. Why not? Sure. It's fine. Do I have more? Oh. Also, reminder, in my inventory, there's this item, which I'm assuming I should probably save for an ID that I have not uptied at all yet. So if I get Otis from the next pull, I will probably use it on her, I think. Okay, let's go. Dungeon time. Surely I'll be okay. Surely. Yep. Let's go. The branch facility we entered was not as well preserved as the one we had visited in District 4. It seems N-Corp's Inquisitors have been using this place as their base for a while. Various torture devices made of flesh and machinery like those we saw in town came into my sight. I need to charge my phone. Please stop, it hurts. This one speaks of suffering. It must be a false cry. Pay it no mind. Did it not hurt to attach these impurities to your flesh? Did your conscience not scream as you rejected your humanity? Enough. This one is too far gone to repent. Does the absence of tears not say enough? This one is only pretending to confess. We can afford to verify, can we not? Indeed, for a genuine effusion of sorrow suggests humanity. Now, we shall lift your eye. Their heretical depravity shows no bounds. They have gone so far as to make vile devices that mimic tear glands. We must see with our own true eyes that this isn't the case. We will let you go if you can confirm that your eye socket is indeed of flesh and blood. Huzzah! Protea shrugged. Meh. I wanted to take charge for once. She's so emboldened after the last mission. I don't like her disrespect. Otis, get on it. What? Oh. Okay. Clear statistics. I didn't even notice that button was there before. That's cool. I forgot what the difference is between this icon and this icon. But I guess we'll do this. Let's go. Or is it like focused battles or unfocused battles? Is that what that was? I think so. Okay. Swords unfocused? Yeah, okay. See, I'm smart. I can piece things together. See, I'm annihilating these people. Surely, I'll be okay. Marioshu got another ego skill. Well, I'll be. You've all gotten better at fighting, haven't you? A faint voice calls out to us from the corner. Sod was resting against the wall, exhausted. She was covered in bites and gnawings left by the Picatula. Are you alright? Couldn't get up easily? Sod could barely talk, let alone stand on her feet. She slowly began to speak, each word filled with pain. How is he? About that. Alive, yeah? Yeah? You must have met outside. Everyone is hesitant to answer Assad's desperate question. To be fair, if he was actually gonna, like, live the injuries for a couple of days while impaled on the stake, surely we could have gotten, like, an ambulance or something. Maybe not. How could any of us inform her of the morbid state Effie was in and how we had to put him out of his misery? Yes, he's doing fine now. Honglu answered quietly. No sinner came forward to elaborate. That's enough chatter. It seems more of those oddities are crawling our way. It was as though our guilt about lying to her had gained physical form. Would you lie to a dying person? Sorry to... maybe a morbid question, but... like, if she's dying there, if she's laying dying, would you tell her that he died as well? I don't know if she's actually about to die or not, but... I don't know. I'm not sure about that kind of thing. I feel like most of the time I'm like I'm a truth enjoyer, okay? I place truth at a very high value. So, but like what point is there to make another person suffer, basically, right? To what end? You have to kind of ask yourself. Machinery room. Sure, why not? There's a machine in this dilapidated room. A long, bulky lever is at the center of the machine, adorned with springs. The urge to pull it is growing stronger and stronger. What will you do? Obviously, we're Gamba. Come on. Putting a spontaneous thought into action is an impulsive and uninhabited as impulsive and uninhabited as a child reaching for off-limits marshmallows. So true. When you pull down the lever, a clack follows soon after. The springs begin to turn, some slow, some quick, some clockwise, others counterclockwise. Watching the machine's rumble grows wider. You feel anxious. The machine stops. What's happening? The room now began to tremble and crack. A moment later, the ceiling split open, giving way to 1,000 of nails diving downward. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, well, fuck me. Can't even pull a lever for fun anymore. Because of woke. You see a large gate in the distance. There's something eerie about the pointed fences and stone walls. It looks like to be the only way through this area, but it's guarded by a large number of inquisitors. Is there anything we can do about them? Strike them from behind. Run a pride check. Buff all allies. Run a lust check. Shrek them. To reduce the number of waves by 2. Well, of course. We distract them. Why, of course. You. Or you? I mean, okay, it doesn't seem to matter too much. Let's go. The mastermind proudly exclaims, honestly didn't expect it to work this well. Nice. That's some Home Alone style shenanigans, yeah. This game is like surprisingly like wacky sometimes, which I like. I feel like the sense of humor in it is like mostly kind of toned down. Or how do I put it? It's like unassuming, I guess. Yeah, I like it. Vroom vroom. Ba-dum ba-dum. I'm a sucker for characters like Charon, by the way. I like the archetype of like of that. Yeah. I heard that familiar yet ominous sound of a nail being dragged across the floor from not too far away. Manager, if I may be forward, I would suggest soon including steps in your combat protocol to confirm that our foes are dead. The thought of his return makes what hair I have stand on end. What hair do you have? Oh god. Like body hair? Heretics must be exterminated. How long have you been? Guido approaches at a slower gait than before, but his gaze is firmly fixed on me. I needed to rewind the clock. Most of the sinners were either dead or gravely injured. Excuse me, they were not. My team is very nicely leveled, thank you. There was no way an effectively non-combatant manager and some barely holding on to her life could take him. Please stop. Just then, Sod pulled out a gun. Oh, she's gonna die. She pointed the barrel at me. I need you to keep still. The moment you try to turn that clock, my gun will blow off your head. What? They promised to let you go if I help to get rid of. Oh. About that. I let too much time pass. Gura comes to me and grabs me by the neck. Then he grips my head tightly with his other hand as if to crush it. Creaks, cracks, and rattles ring inside my head. His fingers being inches away from shattering my head terrifies me. Is this it? Is this how I die? Could this have turned out differently if I was a better manager? I remember Heathcliff menacingly asking if there was a way to open up my head so he could see what's inside. Tough luck. You'll be missing out on a good show. I heard a sound. It was the sound of something breaking. Fortunately for me, it didn't come from my head. Sinclair, my goat? Gura staggers. A nail was lodged in his back, and Sinclair was gasping for air behind him. He was nearly unconscious, lying still until moments ago. It's a miracle that he managed to get up and do this. I could escape Gura's grip thanks to him. But Gura stood firm despite Sinclair's desperate attack, collected his breath and slowly turned around. I see. You two are a filthy heretic. You're all insane, out of your minds. The one who grips had once said that you could have become the one as well. The one who shall grip. Yeah, I kind of surmised from the name of like the one who grips and the one who shall grip is Sinclair was meant to be groomed into her successor, kind of. Which raises certain questions about the backstory as well. Hello, hello. Oh, bye Rex. Yeah. Sorry, these Limbus streams have been kind of late recently, but the next one should be on a normal schedule. What a shame. You grip with the wrong direction. I'm not running anymore. Man, go fuck yourself. The bullet struck Gura's head. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I had no faith in this character whatsoever. You who bring ruination upon yourselves. Ruination? League of Legends mentioned? The hammer shall continue to pursue you. Gura fell to the floor, motionless. And in that hush, I heard her handgun drop to the floor. Sod. You're all terrible liars. At least try to make it somewhat believable. Come on, Sod. Let's get out of here. You'll be okay. Just gotta stop the bleeding and get you patched up. Right, I'll get a tourniquet. Don't be stupid. I can hardly lift a finger. Besides, those Inquisitors will keep on coming, won't they? You guys need to keep moving down. I'll hold them down off here. I'll hold them off here. You should go. You know, in moments like this, you're supposed to just nod at me and be on your way. Why do you care so much about the one who volunteered to stay behind? You're making this pretty awkward, you know that. Here I thought I could have a cool farewell. Faust, please take these absolute dorks out of here. I'll make sure to give Virgilius your regards. No need. Just tell him to come visit and say hello someday. You know what I mean? Of course. We headed for the next area, leaving Sod to die. That's very blunt. We all stayed silent for a long while. Sealed door. Into a focused encounter into God knows what? There's nothing after? Question mark? What is happening? Elite training quarters. I feel like this will go by slower, but I want to know what's in the sealed door. The sealed door rests on one side of the room. It looks too thick to be easily broken or breached with force. There's got to be something totally valuable through here if it's guarded that tight. What should you do? New path on the map. Open it with force or look around for a solution. Sloth advantage. Don't mind if I do. Sure. Yippee. Apparently there was a protruding brick next to the door. Gregor explained that sliding it back into place. Yep. 20 SP and a new path. Oh shit. Well, obviously we're taking that.
이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
정화 이 순간이 다하도록 되어내리라.
Peter. I feel like at this point, late night Limbus gaming is a tradition. I'm probably gonna finish this dungeon at like 2 AM or something. The Yoshi is just streamlining, steamrolling through enemies. Yeah, she's the goat. I'm sure she's gonna carry me through like the entire thing, basically. I did get her to up-tie like tier 4. I gotta level my favorite character, man. Imagine a Limbus Company fighting game. Oh my god. How sick would that be? Dozens of old broken crates litter the floor. Yuck, cobwebs. Clearing things away, you found 3 particularly large crates buried underneath. These are all locked. Looks like the keyholes have the same shape. Alas, the key is of a soft constitution. It won't be feasible to use it again once it has been inserted into a lock. Bleed attacks. 50% chance. Don't mind if I do. Fuck. I'm getting unlucky. What the hell? I went through this detour for nothing? Come on. I'd die for that, yeah. Man, fighting games are so cool. Like, the main reason why I like fighting games is because they allow you to embody the character more than any other genre out there. So I feel like in any franchise where you have any kind of attachment to a character, having a fighting game where you can play as that character is like the ultimate. Like that's the best thing you could ask for. Because like I enjoy building a team and I enjoy like having Gersha on my team and stuff and seeing her do cool stuff. But to be able to embody that character, I would be so hype. Don't think it's happening though. Would be cool. Torture chamber? The Inquisitors were busy torturing somebody. Do you stop them? Run a wrath check, then begin a combat encounter. Yeah. Let's do it. Damn. I like running Gregor just because he has the most coin tosses, even though it doesn't really matter too much.
전원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
That's why Multiblood is goated, because for most of the characters you never even get to see them in motion in the VN. I want to read the VN at some point. Like I already started reading it. Tsukihime. But I didn't get very far. I wanna keep reading it really badly. Whenever we get the chance. Although I'm worried that my goat, White Len, is not gonna play a very important part in that. But yeah, it's nice to have something like that. I feel the same with something like Dragon Ball Fighters. I wanted to play that game specifically because of the like nostalgia factor and the characters and everything. It's sad that that game is very much not for me. Bro, this path was so short. What? We could have just done 2 encounters and that's it. I mean, this part, okay, to be fair, this path is like similarly short, but I went the long way. Okay. By the way, have you tried Golden Fantasia, Umineko? Have you read that or played the game? You hear beasts crawling around somewhere. There certainly is the sound of something moving along the floor. This... oh my god. Are those abnormalities? Take a closer look. They aren't abnormalities. See the emblem? Upon closer inspection, I could spot the emblems she mentioned. They were the ones worn by the Inquisitors. Ego corrosion has arrested them. You mean that nauseating state? I think it happened to me in battle once when I was on the verge of a breakdown. It was like I was being devoured. Although it's not quite like consumption in the conventional sense, I do suppose that it is a serviceable analogy, seeing as it eats away at your essence. And in observation, unlike the last floor, this place does not seem to be exclusively for torturing prosthetic users. It would be fair to say that its purpose is to induce corrosion onto oneself. Is my artificial head really worth raging over, so much so that they would transform themselves into something far more hideous than having a clock for a head, choosing to lose themselves, being possessed? What about when they claim the golden bow after going through these lengths? Will it even be used for their benefit? Then it occurred to me, am I really so different from these unsightly zealots? When I'm searching for the golden bows without even knowing what they'll be used for? Umineko is really good, for the most part.
일리 있는 의견이다.
I very sadly got kind of disconnected from the story in the latter half. I kind of, I think I built up a lot of gripes with the authorial voice and the community around the game and everything. To the point where I kind of started to disconnect with it. Some of it was spite, surely. But yeah. Umineko was good.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
It suffers a bit from people being slightly pretentious about it, though. I can't lie. Some of the fans glaze it a little too much, I think. As in, it's fine if the story emotionally impacted you a lot. I get that. But the more we throw words around like, oh, this is genius, this is so cerebral, oh my god, like, you know, it can get a bit too much.
일리 있는 의견.
Maybe I'm just a contrarian. I feel that's pretty common with the VN communities, maybe. Maybe that's true. Whoa. Whoa. What a layout. Church, court. Oh, underground church, altar of tears. Altar of penance. Central area. Pure. Okay. Bridge of. Okay.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
I need more visual novels to read. I want like a list. I feel like I wouldn't mind making or writing a visual novel of my own at some point in the future. If I ever have the time and the dedication. I had like a phase when I was a kid when I wanted to make a comic, but then I never ended up learning how to draw. So like I just hated everything I drew, and I was like, this sucks and I suck and I have no talent, and etc. etc. I feel like a lot of my young kind of aspirations were drawn out by just me, drowned out, sorry, by me just being depressed as fuck and not like having the will to live or create things. Music making survived kinda, but barely. But it would still be nice to translate that world into something, you know, and develop it into VN or something along those lines. Just go down the full type moon rabbit hole. I'm not super interested in it, honestly. Like I might read Tsukihime and related like stories that are kind of adjacent to it or something, but I don't know. You hear snapping mechanical noises through the closed door. Sounds like a cry for help. As you focus your attention, you begin to hear footsteps. An inquisitor. Obviously we do ego gifts.
전원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해 논의할
That's neat.
시간이다.
That like our decisions in the dungeon affect Sinclair sanity. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at that thing.
이 순간이 닿아도록 베어내리라.
Killing us beyond Sinclair. I mean, yeah. It's a little somewhat counterproductive, but
알겠어. 이 순간이 닿아도록 베어내리라.
oh my god, one more.
이 순간이 닿아도록 베어내리라. 낮도 밤도 지나 숨이 닿아도록 베어낼 것.
Assign. A sign? Assign. Three. Okay, we need 3. I see. The passage was red hot. Thread the heated path. Pass to gain ego gifts. 50% chance for a 3-wave combat encounter. I suppose. Okay, well, the lowest I could do is, yeah. She got it's fine. She got it.
숙제들에 비하면 별것도 아닌 일이다.
Token of Innocence. For the identity that undertook the right, boost the power of Wrath skills by 2. Oh. Huh. Altar entrance. Is that not the boss? Wait, what? Or is this like a mini boss situation? What is this? Do I not just want to go in there, or what? Altar of entrance, altar of penance. Do I get anything for fighting this thing? Yeah, boss encounter. Maybe it's a bad idea, but
선원 집합.
I want to see what that's
논의할
about.
시간이다.
그려낸 대로
You can hear the whistle every time.
이 순간이 닿아도록 베어내리라.
밑그림은 완성했다. 빠르게 치라도.
Let's see.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
It's a boss encounter, but it had a lower requirement level than the previous one? What? The previous one had 27, right? This one is 26?
그걸로 하지.
Did I read that right?
이 순간이 다가오고 배어내라.
You know, there's a... I wonder if this is a reference to something, or is this like a archetype thing? But in Dungeon Fighters Online, or Dungeon whatever, I don't whatever, GFO, there is a swordsman archetype, or a swordsman like subclass or whatever. I think it's literally called Ghostblade, and it's a swordsman that is kind of like blue tinted, and it has like a ghost that it attacks with. It's actually very similar to this.
불길 속으로
I main that guy in DNF Duel. He's cool. I wonder who I would main in DNF Duel. I wish I liked how that game felt. I tried it out for a little bit, and the like gigantic neutral or gigantic buttons and like slow movement, it was like the antithesis of what I like, you know? I like smaller normals. Like when a game on average has smaller normals and then like faster movement, I like that more. I feel like it's more dynamic and more interesting to kind of play and look at.
또한 용서할 테니
낮도 밤도 지나 숨이 닿도록 배어낼 것. 그려는데
The grip.
작품 완성. 돌아가면 의견을 나누지.
그려는데 이 순간이 다가오고 배어내리라.
Oh my god.
불길 속으로
Seeing some of the health reach the half point is making me a little worried. Slightly. I might have to pay attention during the actual boss fight of this Canto.
그려는데
Jesus, more.
죄인인가?
That lasted way more turns than I thought it would.
이 순간이 다가오고 배어내리라.
A new Well, I have to. I have to. An inscription above the closed gate reads, "Fill vessel with tears." I mean, definitely not, right? But gloom check, sure. Perform the rite. Okay. I see where my lack of leveling for everybody is starting to get in the way a little bit. Predicted odds normal. That's annoying, but sure.
해왔던 숙제들에 비하면 별것도 아닌 일이다.
Oh, for the identity that undertook the rite. Well, that was useless.
전원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
불길 속으로.
I feel like for a fighting game, Roshu would play more like Yuzuriha or something from Under Night.
이 순간이 다음으로 되어내리라. 그려낸 대로
Don't remind me of that character. It's probably true. I mean, yeah, I think it's true. I think she would play like that. Pure Factory. Should I go in there? Hideously transformed uncorporate inquisitors stood guard at the gate. You move to attack, but they don't appear to be hostile in any capacity. Only exceptional ones are allowed in this place. To pass, you will prove yourself worthy. All 3 tokens of innocent, tears, and atonement are possessed. Well, that's... Come on, dog. I did 2 of them. Yippee.
고된 일이 있다면 다음에도 찾아올.
Okay, so there are 2 boss encounters. Huh.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
Missed out on the sign? Oh shit, really? Can I can I leave? I thought the last sign would be on the last floor. Shit. Oh, I see. Come on, man. Okay.
이 순간이 다음으로 되어내리라.
That's unfortunate. Will that only affect combat? Like, would it have given Sinclair some kind of boost or something?
이 순간이
죄인인가?
되어내리라.
Okay, I see. It's just a buff.
타도록 베어낼 것.
Alright, I don't feel too bad, but it would have been cool to see.
정화.
Ish.
이 순간이 닿으면 베어내리라.
일리 있는 의견.
By the way, about like the interlude parts, I think I was okay. I think I was told that in between the cantos, there's like certain small sections that happen, right? How long do those take? Like, is it, you know, is it worth their own stream or? The earlier ones are like 2 to 3 hours, okay. And then the later ones, 8? What? That doesn't seem like an interlude, you know? The Hill of Corpses, Jesus. Cool. I like that. It's just a straight road, huh? Okay, so they are definitely worth their own stream.
부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
I see. You think I'm gonna catch up to the current like part of the story by the end of the year? I see endless mounds of dead bodies. The Inquisitors were raising their arms in unison as if to worship something. And there Cromer stood at the highest peak. She held out her hands in a prayer-like gesture towards the golden bow atop an altar. The fathoms of the ego are already open. I see someone has resonated with the bow before us.
뭘 하고 있는 거야?
The hell are they up to?
뭘 향해서 손을 뻗고
What are they raising their hands for? Prayer.
이건
What is the sound?
어디서 많이 들어본
This feels awfully familiar. Somehow annoyingly tingly and unpleasant.
학교종 소리잖아.
It's a school bell. Our boy hated school that much, eh? The playful conversation seemed to lighten the mood of the sinners, save for one. The one who should have been the owner of the fathoms still showed unease. No, I don't want to show my memories. They're... Unfortunately, his plea held no power over the realm. Alright, everyone, listen up. The one who grips so declares. Not only are those heretics disturbing our sacred rite, they are now after the offering that is rightfully ours to consecrate. This guy sounds like a robot. Are we sure this isn't like an imposter? Us? Go forth and die. Do not fear your end. As long as the offering of gold is with us, you shall be brought back to life again and again. And Sinclair, hurry over. You belong in my hands. Sinclair, did you bring the coin?
또래들이 모여 있는 쉬는 시간은
Uh-oh.
늘 떠들썩하다.
Uh-oh. The breaks between classes are always lively since everyone gathers around to talk.
어른들은 때때로
The adults would often watch us from afar and take this as a heartwarming sight.
하지만
There's something they don't realize.
조금만 가까이서 보면
When you take a closer look,
떠들썩한
it's
시간이
such whiplash to see a
시선과
classroom.
다시
Can I just say,
월급과 간교 등으로 뒤섞여 있다는 걸.
why are we at a normal school right now? This feels too normal compared to everything that's been happening. It's crazy. Like, it makes sense, I guess. We've seen glimpses of like a quote-unquote normal world or whatever, but we definitely haven't spent much time there. When you take a closer look, these merry interactions are brimming with envy, vainglory, pride, and guile.
그만큼
Guile? Street Fighter?
아이들은 교묘하다는
Children are crafty creatures. I hear Rahul from next class over is getting surgery on both arms by his father. Gonna be with some new tech that's never been shown before. How cool is that? You know this actor on the magazine covers? Did I ever mention they're getting an eye transplant at my mom's clinic? The waitlist was so long, they personally begged to be moved up.
한두 마디씩 던지는 친구들의 말에
I grow more anxious with each boastful story my classmates
너무
tell.
없어?
What can I share? They're expecting eyes pointed at me. Their expecting eyes pointed at me felt like they could turn into scoffing leers at any moment.
이건
This is a secret, but
침이 꼴딱 넘어간다. 어쩌면 뭐 없냐는 말은 나를 향한 하지만 나는 그들의 야릇한 시선에서 그 순간 내팽개쳐질
I knew for sure that I'd become an outcast the moment they looked away. My dad signed a contract with P Corp. They saw the technology he was working on and agreed to give their full support. My goodness, what was I thinking when I spilled that? Out of the fear that I'd be isolated from my peers, I carelessly spelled my own ruin. When I was compelled by some childish urge, or lock in. Maybe I was compelled by some childish urge or an inherent desire to be recognized by the other students. Now, Emil, this is a confidential agreement for our business. You mustn't tell a soul. His insistent reminder echoed in my head. I could see his face. Is that for real, Sinclair? P Corp? Like that wing? Wow, I'm jealous. I became the center of conversation in a split second. I can feel the stimulated eyes of the other kids in class drawn to me. Superiority was pretty damn sweet. I guess I was driven by a depraved craving for attention. Oh, right, Sinclair. Your procedure's soon, isn't it? You know, the prosthetics? Yeah, of course. They told me I'll get the newest model. If they paid just a bit of attention to my face, they'd have noticed my reluctance. Fortunately, no one ever pointed it out. A massive wave of guilt eventually washed over me after our break was over and I was finally left alone. I was supposed to keep that a secret. What if father finds out? Blood was leaking from my fingertip. Bad habit of biting my nails whenever I felt anxious ended up hurting me. Tried clipping them as short as I could to work on breaking it, but I never considered that I might bite into my skin instead. Watching blood droplets fall on the desk, I thought of something. Once I graduate, I'll get a prosthetic replacement, and then I'll never get hurt or see my blood ever again. But that really... You're bleeding. Someone cast a shadow over my desk with a whimsical whistle. She was a classmate I rarely talked to, so I could barely remember her name. They are the same age? There is no way. Hello, Cromer. You're the same age? Flustered, I started out my response awkwardly. Oh, what was that? Listen, what you said earlier. Is it legit? Yeah. Your father must be a real big deal, isn't he? I guess. Her unexpected flattery has me embarrassed, as if my father's greatness were somehow my own. Why'd you make that face? Huh? You know, you were thinking it to yourself. That it's filthy. My eyes widened. Not just because I was surprised by how she knew what I was thinking, but the fact that a total stranger like her had been able to figure out exactly what I'd been hiding. No. I could have gotten away with it if I just denied her accusations, but tactlessly. I asked her that with dumbfounded look on my face. Because I agree with you on that. You agree? You can say a lot from those who are on the same wavelength as you. Nice to meet you. I'm Cromer.
그 이후로
Ever since then, Cromer and I became friends who talk often. They were just standing on piles of meat. I was convinced that she was gonna be like a older figure,
낮도 밤도
like a counselor or like a teacher or something like that.
정화. 이 순간 다 배어나 이게서 원망도 옅어지나.
다 죽어라.
She kind of gave me groomer vibes. I don't know. Maybe it's because Sinclair looks really young. Not like in a, you know, perverted sense, but in a...
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 거미집도.
우리 가족은 매일 아침마다
As a household rule, my family used to have breakfast at the same table every morning.
온 가족이 식탁에 둘러앉아
It was a pleasant time when our whole family would share stories and encouraging words.
그 시간이
I liked those mornings. That rule was ever so kind and gentle to my heart.
내게는 너무 당연한
The natural and unchanging world that belonged to me, my world.
그 세계가
That world began to feel alienating one day.
나의 누나까지 의체 시술을 받고
The day when my
식탁에
sister
자리했다.
sat at the table after her prosthetic transformation was complete.
아버지의 머리가
My world has begun to change.
각종 전선, 회로로 이루어진
When my father's head was replaced with an unfamiliar contraption of steel circuits and wires.
가족들 간의 식사
Our family breakfasts no longer provided warmth and connection. It became an occasion of detachment where I talked less and less.
그것은 나는
I started to feel an inherent
태생적인
abhorrence for
불결을
prostheses.
믿기가 어려워. 진짜
Filthy.
뼈와 살이
My
아닌
heart couldn't
다른
accept the
무언가로
idea of
대체해야
replacing
하는
one's
것이
flesh and
고통
bones with
마음으로
something
받아들여지지
else, let alone the need for it.
왜 우리는
Why do we use
의체를
prosthetic
사용해
bodies?
조심스럽게 이유를
I
물어보는
carefully asked for an explanation, and the reply was simple.
인간의 몸은
The human body, in its unmodified state, is too
먹지
old-fashioned.
않으면 배고파하고
It needs to be
자지 않으면
sustained with
피곤해하고
food,
쉬게
revitalized with
하면
sleep,
회복을 기다려야 하고
lest it should fail from fatigue, and injuries take a long time to
이
heal.
모든 것들은 한없이
All this makes the
비효율적이다.
human body incredibly inefficient.
그러니 시간이 지날수록 의체를 사용하는
He
이들의
concluded that
비율은 늘어갈
prosthesis
것이며
will grow more commonplace as time goes on and ultimately become a regular part of our daily lives.
나는 속으로
I thought to
그럴
myself,
거라면
why don't I just
차라리
fall
도태되어
behind the
버리는 게 낫지
times
않을까?
then, if that's what the mainstream will be?
논리 정연하게
Though that wasn't an argument rooted in logic. Sinclair, you don't actually want to take the replacement procedure, do you?
나는
I nodded without a word. But your parents sure wouldn't like it if you confessed that. Isn't it frustrating that there's nothing you can do about it?
다시 한번
What if I helped you out? You could live a free life with no worries about any of that junk.
어떻게?
How? That you'll find out next time. Nope. Tell me now? What do you mean? In exchange, in return for helping you with your problem, you'll help me deal with a grudge of my own too.
그려낸 대로.
다 죽어라.
이 순간
There's no way he like knowingly agreed to that though, right?
낮도 밤도 지나
I feel like it might be another case of
배운의 것.
unforeseen consequences. I don't know. Kind of hope it's not.
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 거미집도.
어느 날 옆반에
One day, a new transfer student named Damien was placed in the class next to mine.
학생 주위는
He was surrounded by a crowd every time I saw him, but I got the sensation that he didn't feel attached to anyone around him. To me, he seemed as if he were almost floating in the air. He was aloof like that. Likewise, he didn't seem too interested in me either. That's how it was at first, at least.
그날은 지루하기 짝이 없는
It happened during a boring engineering class.
칠판에서 자꾸 시선이 어긋나.
My eyes kept drifting away from the board, and before I knew it, they were looking out the window instead. Through that window, I saw him taking a walk. Like usual, he was surrounded by his fellow students, wearing a faint smile. Even his expression felt different from the kind someone his age should make. The smile carried a mature yet solitary aura. The aura. Basking in the sunlight, he stroked his hair. Huh? Thought I caught a glimpse of some weird red thing on his forehead. Was I mistaken? Maybe it was the blinding sunlight reflecting off his skin? And then I had the feeling I made eye contact with him.
여전히 창밖에서 아이들의 대화 소리가 들려. 나는 그의 시선을 느끼자마자 황급히 책상 아래로 눈을 내리깔았다.
Oh my god. He's blushing.
그 기묘한 사건 이후로
Ever since that strange incident, Damien started to talk to me in a friendly manner. Oddly enough, on the days when Damien approached me, Homer didn't come to greet me. Nevertheless, whenever she had a chance to, she'd come and make sure I remembered our promise. I often have this dream, Sinclair. In it, I climb an endlessly long ladder, then everything down below comes into view. The nest, the back streets, the outskirts, all of it. And when I look beneath my feet, all the lights are out in the city, as if the end of all things had come, fallen to silent death, empty of any motion. Indeed, it's the state of death itself. Hey man, have you been to the outskirts? He was talking about a forbidden place where no one could or should go. Sinclair, the world as people want to define it can't be divided into places of where you should and shouldn't go. Do you think love and freedom can be found within the confines of the nest? Compared to here, life is much richer in the outskirts. There's something I've been pondering for a long time, and I thought that maybe that's where I could find the answer. Whenever I spoke with Damien, I could feel my soul mature a little. But I never mentioned my fears about the upcoming prosthetic procedure or my peculiar relationship with Cromer. Even though he wanted to know more about me, I was hesitant to share my secrets. I was too ashamed to bear my deeply hidden fears before him. And finally, the promised day had come. Yes, Sinclair, can you show me your basement? Her words struck me out of nowhere, yet they were as light as a feather. She asked me that as though it were something as simple as picking up an eraser, and I almost caught myself agreeing to it. Why our basement? If the rumor I just so happened to hear is right, your house is connected to a scandalous place. There's something I've got to check. But my parents won't like it. I couldn't even bring myself to finish this humiliating sentence. If you let me check it out, Sinclair, I swear I'll keep that promise with you. Cross my heart. Just sneak me in the basement. Sneak me the basement key and I can navigate just fine. The world of evil began there, right in the middle of our house. Okay. I kind of hope that Damien doesn't die in the backstory, because I want to know more about outskirts. I don't have a 100% clear idea of where we have been location-wise throughout like the story. But I assume we haven't been there yet? Like, on the outskirts? I mean, I guess technically we might have been. When traveling? Question mark? But I don't know if it's just like an area that is like very far from the nest, or if it's like a more specific location than that, you know.
부모님의 눈을 피해 지하실 열쇠를 몰래
Haven't been anywhere near them, okay.
나는 약속했던 대로 크롬을
After stealing the key without my parents noticing, took Cromer to the basement of my estate as I had promised. From there, she led me to a dirty air vent. Crawling in the unit vent for a while, a dank, grimy odor and the sounds of small critters scuttling about assaulted my senses. My throat was parched, so true, and I was overcome with the desire to go back. That's when I noticed that the smell my nose picked up had just changed from the stench so far. Can you feel it? Cromer whispered to me. There's something up ahead. It might have been better to dissuade her with all kinds of sweet placations to leave and come back later. Even if I knew the empty flattery wouldn't work on her. Before I could try, a vile curiosity came over me. I was entering a world where villains belonged for the first time. On focused fights, you shouldn't really win rate. Yeah, I got that impression from the way people talked about it a bit earlier. I gave up on turning back. They don't even use egos in win rate, right? All while knowing in my heart that I was squandering my last chance. Wait, question. Are outskirts... Hold on. As part of a district, there's a nest and there's the back streets. Are outskirts just outside of the city? Like the entire city? Or is it... are outskirts also just a part of every district or whatever? Just to clarify. Completely outside. Okay, yeah, I see. Right, outside the city. Got it. Thank you. The loathsome sight I had to witness. It was something I couldn't think to behold twice. Could monstrosity be an apt description for what I saw? It seemed too sentient for that, yet it also seemed decidedly wrong to say that it was even remotely human. Shuddering in fear, I started to regret stepping into this world. Sinclair, you idiot, look at yourself. Hoping by some miracle to get another chance right after you've wasted it. Along with my regret, I had the feeling that I'd never forget what I saw that day until the moment I die. Cromer, I've gotta go back. On the other hand, Cromer was enraptured. She was mesmerized by the scene, watching intently as though she had made a discovery of a lifetime. Leaving Cromer all enamored to herself, I crawled back to the exit. Why is my basement connected to such a horrid place? How did Cromer know this? Why isn't she scared either? I could almost hear Cromer's spine-chilling whistles with the wind blowing from behind. The very next day, Cromer came to school as if nothing had happened. Sinclair, thank you so much more for showing me precious things. Take these as my thanks. She handed 2 mysterious coins to me. Always keep them at your side, got it? All I could do was nod. Since then, the things I saw in that vent constantly haunted my mind, and I began to consciously avoid Cromer. I could picture myself involuntarily trembling in terror just by looking at her. But there was something I needed to take back from her. The basement key. My parents could find out at any moment. 1 minute of sorting the keys is all it would take. The first time I betrayed my parents living in a world of warmth. I was afraid that my deviation from their world would end up becoming an irrefutable fact. Won't you give it back now? Give back what? The basement key. Cromer burst into laughter, as though she didn't expect this from me. Intimidated, I slowly stepped back. And here I was wondering what you were struggling so hard to say. Fine, you can have it, Sinclair. We don't need the key anymore.
그리고 말이야.
And besides,
네 원망은
your grudge will most certainly bear fruit, Sinclair. You didn't want to get your procedure, right?
약속 기억하지?
You remember our promise? You fulfilled my grudge, so it's only fair that I pay you back.
열쇠를 받았다는 안도감이
I was too absorbed in the relief of getting my key back to realize that what Cromer was really talking about, and I cursed my ignorance for it.
크로머가 말하는
About what Cromer's we really meant,
왜 이제는 필요 없다고
about why she said it's not needed anymore, and how she was going to fulfill my grudge.
한마디도 묻지
I didn't
않았다.
think to question a single thing, and for that,
후회하고
I regret my inaction. I curse my foolishness.
그려낸 대로.
So his sin is being a coward. I get it. I understand.
한도치 숨 타도록 베어낸 것.
It's hard to blame somebody when they're like a teenager, though. If they're like in high school.
불길 속으로
The outskirts. I'm really invested in the world building now, actually. I want to know more lore. I want to know the different places. I want to go places, man. Take me places. I'm pretty excited to see the outskirts whenever that happens, if it happens at all. Okay.
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 거미집도 지금까지
결국 크로마한테 열쇠를 넘겨.
So you ended up giving Cromer the key.
어떻게
How do you know that?
데미안은 말을 하지 않은 것까지도 모두 알아채는 능력이 있었다.
Damien had this ability to get a grip, haha, on things I'd never mentioned to him.
언젠가 그에 관해 물어보았더니
When I asked him about it, he just said it's something you learn by carefully observing others and didn't elaborate.
앞으로 더
A series of much more painful events may await you in the future,
하지만
but you mustn't give up.
그 고통이
That pain will foster your growth into a beautiful being. No matter how complicated and perplexing these statements seem, Damien's mystic charm made them all sound convincing.
그의 말을 들으면
Listening to his speech gave me the hope that I could really grow. I was hopeful that I could become a worthy being. Yeah, but I don't really get it though.
네가 알아내.
It's up to you to find out. Make sure to tell me your answer when you do. His voice was soft and his eyes imparted pleasantness, but I still felt compelled to do as he said. His eyes must have some kind of power, disarming those who make eye contact with him, sapping them of mental strength. But if that's the case, why didn't he warn me? It's something I still ask myself to this day. This Demian character. Huh. He was a youngin'. Yeah. I don't know. I think back to myself in high school, and I truly did not know anything. I feel like your worldview is so narrow.
일리 있는 의견이다. 그걸로 하지.
For most people. I do think there are some, like I have met people at that stage in my life that have definitely, they had a better grasp of things and had like a sort of a big picture view, but that was definitely not me. If anything, I feel like I fell behind in a lot of ways. Like I was really smart in some areas, but really, really not smart in other areas, you know?
이 순간이 다
I probably still am.
원망도 엿하지.
I mean, the big picture thing is something that I still struggle with. That's cute. We do like a little, we go to the top.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
그날은 크리스마스 이브로 온 마을에
It was Christmas Eve, and the whole town was filled with jingles and joy. Under the blessing of the holy night, I was planning to confess my sin to my family. I wanted to tell them that I made the foolish mistake of stealing the basement key and that I'd go back to being a good son.
모범적인 아들로 그 시간 동안 나는 너무도
That the short time I spent away from the right path was agonizing, that I learned how peaceful and fulfilling the world I'd been living in truly was. My family might be surprised at first, but I was sure they'd welcome me back in their paradise. That was how it should have been. However,
원래 같았다면
I was supposed to hear a robot dog greet me when I stood at the gate, but my home was covered in silence and darkness.
드디어 내가 마주한 건
When I walked inside, I was confronted with a fallen paradise. Sinclair, run.
누군가가
Someone smashes my father's head.
녹슨 은색의 갑주를 입고 있는 괴상한 인물이다.
It's a disturbing individual wearing rusty silver armor.
인간되지 아니한 것들이 인간성을 흠모.
How unsightly of these non-humans to still admire humanity and display false emotion.
내버려둬 기도.
Let those impure things be, Goida. It's their survival instincts kicking in.
아니.
Or should I say, they're scared of shutting down?
기계 파편과 피
Pieces of metal, flesh, and blood fly in the air before hitting the floor.
싱클레어, 너 왔구나.
Sinclair, you're here.
피와 살점이 묻은
Cromer approaches, carrying a hammer stained with blood and flesh.
아, 이거
This
말이야?
thing?
난 옛날부터
Ever since I was little, I couldn't stand being involved with filthy affronts to humanity like these. Because I'm a humanitarian who loves all things human. Now imagine how it feels to face the son of a pack of those affronts to humanity. Just what should I do with you, Sinclair?
나의 다리는 힘이 풀린 지 오래다.
My legs have long given up.
입도 마찬가지다.
My mouth couldn't move. It was as if my whole body refused to cooperate.
내 크로머의 발이 보였다.
I saw Cromer standing right before me. I couldn't dare look up. Terror kicked in with the realization that she was so close to me, and my eyes shut themselves tight.
아버지와
The thought that the same hammer that crushed my father, mother, and sister would now come for me was unbearable.
하지만 아무런 기척도
But nothing
없다.
happened.
의아해진 나는
Confused, I carefully opened my eyes and lifted my head.
크로머는
Cromer was watching me,
언젠가 내가 책상에
making a
앉았을
perfect
때
smile just like the one she'd made when she first came to my desk and told me her name. Well, you are my hero, Sinclair.
그러더니
She then reaches into the pocket of my school shirt and takes out a coin.
나에게 쥐어준
It's one of those.
투입회 동전.
It's one of the two she handed me the other day.
앞으로
From now on,
무엇이든
you'll doubt everything, be anxious of everything, and live in ever constant terror as your memories of me haunt you. And when the time comes, I will call for you. Hey, someone take this kid to safety, lay a finger on him, and I'll make you regret it.
엄습하는 이명과
Amidst the
구두가
piercing noise, storms of heavy footsteps, and disorientation, I lost consciousness. It's so interesting to me that she told him that.
그려낸 대로
That she outright said that.
밑그림을 완성.
You know, the thing that I expected her to say the most was like, oh, why are you so, why are you sad? Now you don't have to worry about getting a prosthetic or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, feign ignorance or something.
낮도 밤도 지 숨을 타도 베어내.
I like that she's a deliberate, like, psychopathic manipulator type person. I hate her a lot. That scene made me, like, it didn't make me sad, it made me angry. I guess. But it is making me feel things. Can't lie.
일리 있는 의견. 그걸로 하지.
It's like this feeling of injustice, I guess. Okay. Okay, the thing that I'm worried about right now is that they're gonna pull the thing where, like, Sinclair will be absorbed by revenge, and Cromer is gonna be like, yes, I've successfully, you're just like me now, or whatever. I don't know. The you're just like me, or we're not so different, you and I trope is it can go so wrong, man. It can go so wrong.
나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
정신을 차리니 햇빛으로 잔뜩 달궈져 뜨거워진 한낮의 골목길 한가운데였다.
When I came to my senses, I found myself in an alleyway at midday, heated by the sun.
난
I
그곳에서
stayed there on the ground, dazed and confused.
길가 곳곳에
I could see a haze rise from the surface.
피어오르는
싱클레어.
Sinclair,
네 세계의
a crack
밤이 갔구나.
has been made in your world. Who are you?
내가 데미안
I felt like I was starting to understand what the strange feeling I often got from Damien was.
어째서 그
I always found it weird how I never heard his footsteps. Why does everything arrive in desolate silence as if it belongs to no world at all? The loss of my family, the world of evil, all this despair, and you, too.
두렵니?
Are you scared, Sinclair?
그는 내게 말했다.
He spoke to me.
모든 것을
He had the eyes of a person who saw through everything, and the attitude of someone who predicted the series of events. He didn't even wait for me to reply,
대답을 기다리지
like he knew what I was going to say.
언젠가 전부 깨버린 채
One day you'll break it all together and soar,
나는
and I wish to see you completely bare.
입 밖으로 꺼내지
He responded as if he already knew the
못한
answer I was hesitating
어떤
on.
것이란 그러나
Although his words seemed to radiate warmth,
제대로 익지 않은
I felt a certain chill, like biting into the cold insides of a half-cooked turkey. What a simile, holy shit. I couldn't help but fall unconscious again. I don't know if I know what a half-cooked turkey would
불길 속으로
feel like on my teeth, but I'll give it that, it's vivid.
죄인인가?
Imperfect imitation.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
Sorry if I'm stupid. Do we know what abnormalities are?
정화.
They're like a result of some corrupted lobotomy corporation shit? Question mark? I just like, it just dawned on me that I'm like, I don't know what this actually like is 100%. Maybe I just forgot, sorry.
정화.
Lore from previous games, okay.
좋아.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
Okay, yeah. Would I understand it if I played Library of Ruina? This doesn't mean that I'm gonna play it, okay? There's no guarantee that I will play Library of Ruina. It's very possible that I will never play it, but
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
also I might. But probably not. Definitely not until I'm caught up.
그려는 대로
I'll tell you this, okay. If I'm really absorbed in the world and I have caught up with Limbus Company, by that time it's gonna be like Canto 10 or 11 or something. I don't fucking know. But if I am still very like captivated by the game and the lore and I want to know more, then I might play Library of Ruina. But if not, if I'm like, okay, this is cool, but you know, I don't want to just do this over and over, then I will do other games as well. Lobotomy Corporation for the full answer.
낫도 방도치 숨을 타도록 베어냈군. 그려는 대로
또한 용서할 테니.
I could also do a thing where I try out Lobotomy Corporation for like a few hours and then decide if I want to keep playing. And if I don't want to keep playing, then it's okay for me to just get spoiled on it.
베어내리라.
I'm in no rush anyway, though. I'm very tolerant of a story not telling me everything, you know?
이 순간이 다가오고
As long as I know that there are answers or that like the story is well thought out and it's not just random shit happening. I'm okay being kind of in the dark about things.
밑그림은 완성했다. 빠르게 치라도.
이 순간이 다가오고 베어내리라. 정화.
The chance with the electric guitar. Okay. It is boss time. Oh, it's a cross. Hold on. Right. I feel like I clicked something on accident. Okay.
전원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해
Surely
논의할
it'll go
시간이다.
okay.
어땠어, 싱클레어? 네 마음속에 나 있는 길에서 정답은 찾을 수 있었니?
Well, Sinclair, were you able to find an answer in your heart's path? Cromer. Don't give me that look.
아직 때가 되지
It's not even
않아.
time yet.
널 죽여보고
You're
싶어.
making me want to kill you. No, I should abstain. I can't let immediate entertainment distract me from the more important things.
싱클레어,
Sinclair, the only way to retrieve a golden bow that's begun to resonate is...
알아요.
I know.
방금 가지가
Even if it weren't for a mission, I'd still tear that bitch to pieces and drink up her remains. Oh, Sinclair, when did you learn to act so tough? That's not like you at all.
언제부터 그런 말을
What a riot.
그래도
Well, I guess you've made some friends since then.
이번에는 도망치지
You won't run
않을
away
거지?
this time, will you? The music. Conditions unmet? What? If you've collected less than 3 of a sign, Sinclair is inflicted with 1... Man! What the fuck? No! No! At start of turn, if the unbroken part has bleed or burn. Man! What the fuck? Come on. Come on. Paralyze is good for this thing? Okay, never mind then. We're chilling. Alright. I mean, I feel like it's fine for the first turn to just be win rate, no? This is okay, surely. Right? She's staggered. And should be deck skills. Right. I mean, this doesn't matter, yeah.
그려낸 대로 낮도 밤도
Or maybe I should have done the egos, right?
숨을 다
Maybe?
베어낼 뿐.
Damage would probably be better. For that one instance, I think they were the same. Also, here they are the same, yeah. No, we need to clash. We should clash. Also, everybody's at 0 sanity. What the hell? Okay, I need to move this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'll just do that. I feel like it's simple enough. Additional bleed. Sure. Holy shit.
이 순간 베어내리라.
Okay, next turn I'll do ego, I guess. Damage only focuses one part. Oh. Egos are usually less damage than skills, really? In my 500 hours of playing, I've seen win rate and damage suggest different things like 7 times total. They're the same, okay. Turning our arrows in top right to see clashing. This. Wait, why? What is the one arrow? No arrow. One arrow. What? Like one at a time? What? Alright, sure. Okay, surely there's a second phase, right? Like, come on. This is not serious. Most egos are just utility, okay. Definitely a second phase.
이 순간이 닿도록 베어내리라.
Okay, she has 0 health. Relax. Yeah, there we go. The sinners were fatigued and damaged. Nope. Some already dead. Absolutely not, actually. I fucking killed her. I demolished her. It was so one-sided. It was absurdly one-sided. This was the most one-sided fight of my fucking life, actually. Excuse you. I'm a great manager, and all of my sinners are goated. As opposed to us. Cromer had 0 health because I killed her. Sorry. Fuck. They did do the thing. They did it. They fucking did the thing where you win in the game but lose in the cutscene. Fuck. Cromer still stands triumphantly because the plot demands her to. She reaches for the inside of Sinclair's coat and what seems like a declaration of his fate.
자, 때가 됐어, 싱클레어.
Now then, it's time, Sinclair. I'll be taking the second coin, your last chance.
싱클레어.
Sinclair, do you want to know why I gave you back the basement key when you asked?
그건 말이지.
Listen close. It's not because I made my discovery or baked a copy of it. It's because you were my key. You see, I happen to know of a way to take a peek at the futures that might come true. I saw one among them where you and I travel from nest to nest, slaughtering heretics together all around the city. Even though you were raised by the heretics bearing revolting metal bodies, part of you still felt disgusted by them. Funny, isn't it? You would stab them in the head with your halberd.
거짓말하지 마.
Don't you lie to me. While I smashed their heads with a hammer. In that world, you looked like the freest person in the universe, transcending everything.
거짓말이야.
Whether I'm lying or not. Cromer suddenly cracked a wry laugh and stopped moving. The golden bow on the altar resonated with her cackle and began to glow brighter. Then, it's begun. At last, my final grudge will be fulfilled. A mass of flesh engulfs her lower half. From the hideous organic growth, bundles of ambiguous appendages stretch outward in countless numbers, as if desire and madness were made manifest. All right. Cool. If you can, that is. Yeah, okay. Got it. What the fuck? Sorry. Right arm, left arm, maw. Okay. Alright, well... Unopposed attack in both directions. Interesting. Oh, it's because it's a defensive skill. Right, I see. My fault, my fault. Does it really matter if I attack it then? Maw, left arm, right arm. Should I just take out the left arm and right arm then? I feel like it's better for me to do that, no? Yeah, sure. Why not?
그려낸 대로.
Once a part has been taken out, you do more damage to it. Okay.
이 순간이 다도 베어내리라.
I'm pretty convinced that I'll beat this regardless of what happens. But who knows? Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. Okay. Okay. Use Gregor and Ryoshu for clashes. Definitely not her. Definitely not her. Although she can go and hit that. Ryoshu can... That's so much shit on the screen. That is slightly less. That is basically nothing. Yeah, whatever, bro. Fuck it. Okay. Suppose. This is actually fine. This is literally just fine. Yeah.
이 순간이 닿도록 베어내리라.
Millie, like the first VOD that I uploaded to YouTube, that is like a video from the VOD or whatever that I didn't stream to YouTube directly. It got copyrighted, and I cannot dispute the copyright because my channel is like not verified or whatever. Which is fine. I don't care. Like I'm not monetized. I'm not like, you know. There's no point. Like who cares? It's fine. Let's do egos for fun. Also, let's do this. We got an extra cool thing going on here. 10 SP for sure. Oh, it takes her SP. I mean, does it heal herself though? Heal 10 SP for 4 allies. So she would heal herself, no? As one of the allies. I think we're good on that, actually. What do you even do? Inflict rupture. Yeah, fuck it, bro. Do it. Hit the... Well, I have nothing. Oh, it would clash. Nope. She's too fast for her own good. This flame, too, is artful ecstasy. Oh, shit. She got the fit on. This kind of gives me Ben 10 vibes, specifically Kevin 11. Does anyone remember that? When Kevin 11 absorbs like too many of the aliens from the watch and transforms and shit. Chroma is breathing heavily. Perhaps it's a side effect of the transformation. Her posture is unstable. With her focus disrupted, we might be able to land a critical strike. Wrath advantage. Ironically, Sinclair has a very low chance of landing it, so Ryoshu, you cannot miss, literally. Yeah, fuck it, just kill her. Phase 3? Bro, get the fuck out of here. Come on. A second time? You're gonna make me win a second time and lose a second time? You're joking. The fleshy hill exuded potent acid, melting Sinclair's legs. All the other sinners were being dissolved by the caustic secretion too. He trips and hits the ground. No, perhaps I should say the same, or say he was thrown off his feet. In spite of that, he still crawls towards Chroma. It hurts, doesn't it? You're filled with rage, aren't you? Accept it all, welcome it with open arms. And watch me. Watch my glorious body, closer to the purest form of humanity than ever before. This flesh here, the sheer unmatched strength of purity. Sinclair, look at how human you are. You can become like me too. Sinclair, you were scared all along, weren't you? You lost your family and you had to ride a bus with these strangers, forced to do things you didn't want. You knew in your heart that you didn't belong there, right? Didn't you want to run? Didn't you want to quit it all? Am I wrong? I swear. Join me, Sinclair. Don't avoid this. Embrace it. Complete my grudge. The arm Sinclair was using to hold his weapon was growing limp by the second. He nevertheless continues in Cromer's direction. We must accept the pain. Only when we have transcended suffering itself can we be reborn. Bloat the flesh, spill the blood, adding on the most human things each second. To the purest world where the impurities plaguing the city of all folks have been filtered out. Okay, one thing I will say that is kind of interesting is that this is an inverse twist on transhumanism, where the idea of purity, of like impure flesh, would actually be kind of the opposite of like transcend above humanity, become machine, right? Like flesh is filthy, etc., etc. It's kind of funny that they inverted that into making it like this person is like obsessed with human flesh, right, as opposed to prosthetics and all that stuff. No, it's kind of an interesting twist. Sinclair vacantly mutters, looking at the faces of his now dead fellow sinners. I couldn't leave him like this. Sinclair, listen to me. I'm embarrassed that it took me so long to take action, but it was better late than never, says the manager with his hands in his pockets. Just, yo, Sinclair, let me help you out. Sorry I didn't step in earlier. This sprite is not fitting for certain situations. He's chill as fuck. He doesn't care what's happening. He's actually just he's just vibing. He's here to just have a chill time. Everything is okay. Yo, sorry it took me so long to take action, but better late than never, eh? I know you think a lot. I know there's a lot going on in your head that you can't share with others. Worried that he might be a burden, he constantly put his mind through doubts and ruminations, most of which he never let on about. He's chewed up many a thought in the form of guilt. My family died because of me. I said stuff I really shouldn't have. Exactly, it's all your fault, so embrace it. That's the way to become wholly reborn. Follow me and rest in my grip. Don't listen to her. You have to see, look at her, observe her carefully. Alas, my voice didn't seem to reach him. Sinclair's weapon leaves his hand and lands on the ground. His advance for Cromer has stopped. Yeah, looks like this is the end for us. I can feel my body melting into the mound. I knew I'd die trying to play the proper manager sooner or later, but Sinclair, I have to tell him more. I have to tell him that Cromer's spewing a heap of lies, threats, hypocrisy, and exaggeration. Every nerve in my body screaming that I shouldn't give up on him. I can feel the burning pain of my melting body. Look closely. Not with your eyes, but with your heart. Only then will you see what matters most. Only then will you see what matters most. In that moment, someone quietly appeared. And when you can see the things that matter most, you won't have to stifle yourself with shallow threats or cheap tricks. Isn't that right, Sinclair? He moved with grace and airiness, as though he floated in the air. He seemed lighter than anyone else. He's an angel, unbound by anything. Contrary to his impression of freedom from all worldly longings, an oppressive air seemed to accompany every step he took. And with that, a wave, and with just a wave of his arm, Cromer's upper body vanished in a clean cut. Huh.
데미안.
Demian?
네가 스스로
You've changed your own faith, Sinclair.
싱클레어. 너는 아직 겁
Right now, you're neither a coward nor a hero, but you've still yet to let go of your fears completely. I've said it before, haven't I? When you fear someone,
누가에게
because you gave them the power to have control over you.
자신을
맞아.
That's right.
그리고 나는
And I don't want anyone else to domineer over you,
그래서 저
which is why I got rid of that Cromer.
사직에
The man referred to as Demian then started to walk. He took airy steps as though he were embarking on a light trip.
세상은
The world is about to head for a new birth, and only a few individuals can get there.
아주 소수의 사람만이 갈 수 있어.
Speculation time? Okay. Knowing that we're... Okay. I don't know anything about if there's a world... Don't tell me. Do not confirm or deny anything, please. Knowing that there's a world outside the city, I don't know how much of a world outside the city there is. There's the city and there's the outskirts. I am curious if there are actually, like, if what's referred to as Inferno is the city, then there's the outskirts, and then there are other cities that are kind of disconnected from this one, because I already am familiar with the fact that we're gonna do the Divine Comedy of like going through the Inferno, then Purgatory, then Heaven or whatever. I guess that's the you know, I guess that's what we're doing. So my thought is like there's other cities or something that we're gonna go through with their own districts and whatnot, maybe, question mark, I don't know. The other thought that this gave me just now is that there's gonna be some fucking like big event that is like cataclysmically gonna change everything, and it's gonna like alter reality or something. This is a bit like, I don't know. That's just the way that I thought about this. That like it's like the story is gonna have a 3-act structure of the first act being in hell, second act Purgatory, third is in heaven or whatever, and like the world itself is gonna, through one way or another, go through like a transformation. Because this like the way that this person is talking about it, I don't know. I might be just making stuff up. I mean, I am making stuff up, but that's just what you know, that's the idea that this fella is giving me here, given that I have no context for anything, you know. Don't call me stupid. Don't call me stupid. If I'm wrong, do not call me dumb, please. I will cry. But yeah. I don't know, just thinking. Although, wait, only a few individuals can get there. What the fuck are we? What do you? No. What do you mean? Sorry. No. Okay. It could be that there's like the golden bows are like collected in order for like some technology to be used, and he's talking like only a select few will be able to be at the forefront of that, and they will like usher in this new world, right? Where they use this, you know, technology, or like opened the fucking the gates. I don't know. Open the Pandora's box, not literal, but like, you know, they're gonna use the power of the golden bows for some bullshit, and then they're gonna man, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. I'm sorry if I'm not being very coherent right now. Anyway, I'm really curious about this mystical figure that appeared randomly in a flashback with a red. I initially thought that the Sheen would be an augmentation of some kind. He has a prosthetic or something, that his head, like he also has a very pale color to him. So I thought that like maybe he's a, you know, part machine, and he still might be, but with the way that he descended upon us, it actually genuinely makes me think, oh, this guy is an angel. This guy is a literal angel, and there's angels and demons in this world, but probably not. I don't know. It's just maybe more metaphorical or something, or like, you know, the visual is supposed to evoke that, but that doesn't mean that he's literally an angel. Yeah. Sinclair, you're one of them. Big yap. Sorry. Sinclair fainted before he could answer. Shame. Demian slowly made his way over to me. Cromer attempted to become a god like those which people of the past were said to believe in. Uh-huh. Okay, what is theology like in this world? Are there still genuinely religious people? I mean, obviously this person led like a sort of a pseudo-religious cult. Like those which people of the past were said to believe in. What is the timeline like? Okay, sorry, this is so many. I'm having so many questions right now. What is the timeline? What year is this? Don't answer. Sorry, okay. I shouldn't keep saying don't answer this, don't answer that. I'll trust that you won't tell me things that I'm just speculating about. Did you want to answer the religion one? No. I would rather discover it on my own. The year is actually shown in the mission select thing. Okay, but is it from when Jesus was born? Is there Jesus in Limbus Company? Okay, I'll definitely check that though. Remind me, I might forget. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna get access to Dante's notes after this. That's exciting. Sinclair almost became her stepping stone. I'm so energized now. I'm like really energetic right now because I'm invested in the world a lot. Like I love good world building. And I'm invested in the character, and I think Sinclair is actually cool. And I was kind of bummed that I got him because I was like, who cares? Like I'm not, you know, whatever. This is that guy from Demon Slayer, whatever his name is, the yellow one. Whatever. But no, he's cool. I'm really like hype about this right now. I don't know. I'm just okay. Sorry, a lot of yapping. In the end, though, one has to break an egg on their own. Cromer put in quite a bit of effort doing this and that to create a throwback to the time when Sinclair lost his first coin, irregardless of the fact that Christmas is still a while away. Right. Okay, so I'm assuming we'll get more details about how golden bows resonate and whatnot. But that's interesting that it's interesting to me that she couldn't do it herself, I guess. And she like recreated those events for Sinclair to like, you know, be drawn into a flashback in a very literal sense. That's actually such an interesting like device to use in your story, that like you get an in-universe reason to give your characters flashbacks, to give their backstories. That's such a weird like, I don't know. I think that's kind of funny, but it's very clever, I think. Okay, I'm becoming a Limbus glazer, actually. Fuck. Alright, fine. Fine, a little glaze. It's okay. We can glaze a little bit. I can be jolly because it's Christmas. True. I actually like Christmas. I don't celebrate it. We never did, but I like holidays. Even though I get melancholic sometimes during the holidays, it's nice for people to kind of, you know, have a reason to just have fun, you know. It's ironic they resort to creating false imagery, something they loathe so deeply, don't you think so? What are you talking about? Who are you? So blunt. What do you mean? What?
반가워, 단테.
A pleasure to meet you, Dante.
당신이
So, you're the adult who will condition Sinclair at the moment.
내가 누구인지
As for who I am,
무슨 말을
and
하고
for
있었는지
what I was talking about,
때가 되면 알수 있을
you'll see in due time. Okay.
시클레어가 마음의
When Sinclair
힘을
takes
느끼는
flight with
것을
unshakable faith in the power of the heart.
음,
Right.
아름다운 별과
When he becomes one with beautiful stars. Okay.
그때 나는
That is when I'll return. Okay.
그날까지 싱클레어를
Take good care of Sinclair until then, Dante. I'm like, I don't want you to be a villain. I really don't want you to be a villain. But I'm low-key thinking, okay, what the fuck is your deal? I'm paranoid now. Congrats, Cromer. You've successfully made me paranoid and untrusting of others. You can hear me? Wait, yeah, wait. What the fuck? Or no. He can't hear you, but he can tell what you're thinking.
나는
I can hear all sorts. Oh, never mind.
당연히
Fuck.
당신의
Fine.
목소리도
It's only natural that I hear your voice. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
언제나
As always, what matters most is something you can't see or hear.
귀에
The boy with the blue scarf vanished without notice. Okay, mysterious boy. What is this, Persona? Mysterious blue boy? It's like I'm playing Persona 3 all over again. After that, the mounds began to melt away. They dissolve into mixtures of flesh and mud. Mud? With them gone, a single golden bow appeared before me, spreading its warm light. Sinclair's world was gradually melting with the hills. This looks like a giant fucking area. Look at, like, this looks... Where are we? This is insane. How big is this place? I excruciatingly drag what's left of my upper body across the floor to reach Sinclair. He was still breathing, and so was I. I figured I should still be able to turn the clock. Thus, that means I'm still their manager and I should act like one. Plus, as I learned in my dying moments, I have to strive to become a more sensible manager. With all that, I need to tell him, it might have been your fault, Sinclair. Whoa. Sinclair, you fucked up. But that's okay. Really, it's one small mistake. One anyone could make. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. I don't know if I like that wording, but yeah. I mean, yeah, that is correct. Yeah. I'm a huge advocate for imperfection. I think it's bad to frame certain things as like, oh, it wasn't your fault anyway. Or like, oh, you're, you know, like, like if somebody asks like a dumb question, for example, and it's like, oh, that's not a dumb question. Like there are no stupid questions or whatever. I disagree with that. I think there are stupid questions, but there's nothing wrong with asking a stupid question. You know what I mean? You're a human being. Like you're gonna say something stupid sometimes. Like it's fine. You're not perfect. You're not gonna be perfect all the time. You're gonna misspeak. You're gonna mishear. You're gonna be kind of dumb sometimes. You can have moments of ugliness or, you know, what, like I'm against smoothing out the rough edges. I'm against like sugarcoating stuff, and like it's fine if you fucked up, you know? And he fucked up and it's fine, you know? So I actually like this. I you know, the wording there was kind of maybe it's the translation. It felt a little too casual for me. Don't beat yourself up about it. But like at the core of what he's saying, I like 1000%, yeah. And Claire doesn't reply because he's fucking dying, dude. To be truthful, trying to identify someone to blame all this on would be a never-ending endeavor. I mean, that too. From each of us going and carrying our sins onto the bus, to my loss of head of memory accompanied by an involuntary appointment as the executive manager. At the root of all this, I might find no one but myself to blame. Staying bound by that fact, though, will only keep us from taking our next steps. We found them. I can hear multiple footsteps approaching our horribly incapacitated team. Virgilius must have figured we'd get into a mess and called the after team to scoop us off the ground. This looks like the individual we seek. Do I inject it now? The others can be revived as long as this one lives. Focus all resources on restoring their body. I felt a jab in my shoulder and then a strange sensation enveloped the parts of my body that had melted off. We were provided 3 HP ampules. Do I use all 3 on them? Keep an eye on the regeneration process and use them at your discretion. Lucky Straffingers. They're rolling in luxury thanks to having a color on their team. What the fuck? Okay. Straffingers, a color. Referring to red eyes, maybe? Is that the case? Or referring to us? The fact that that boy was very blue is making me think of a color connection, but I don't think so. No. That I don't know if that would make sense. Although Virgilius is also very pale, but a color in their team. One with a friend in K-Corp, but that too. Oh. Okay, they do mean Virgilius probably. 500 ml of Fent, true. If they had HP capsules though, I feel like we could have just taken them on the mission. A bit risky, a bit, you know, we should take more precaution than that. Hold on, I want to read that word again. Straffingers. A commuter who uses public transportation. Okay. I was kind of worried if it's like a Limbus company word or... Yeah. Okay. Bus people. Lucky bussers. The voices around me start to fade. That also makes it seem like there are there's like different buses. Sinclair's bawling lamentation dimly rings through the emptiness. Our third mission marked its sober end in dismal defeat. Even though we recovered the golden bow, we lost. I was about to ask. It's like, it is kind of defeat, but kind of not. On the other hand, the bus was more vibrant than usual, possibly out of everyone's attempts to disregard the depressing outcome. I bought enough chicken kebabs for all of you to have one. My god. So if anyone didn't get theirs, go and put your detective caps on by yourself. Such curious cuisine. What is the intention of skewering chicken meat with a stick? I may be familiar with this kind of dish. A kochi of the dark variety. A sweet smell. The kind Mephi likes. Stimulated, Karan revved the engine. Karan was humming another familiar tune. I could recognize the song this time. Karan, isn't Christmas still a long ways off? Don't put a damper on Karan's full bug guy. Full? Fun. I can't read for shit. If Karan feels like it's Christmas, then that's that. So true.
아니, 기껏 카론이라고
Come on, I called you by your name for once. That is true. Well, why don't you settle the score by giving her a bus girly then? You know, tit for tat. Virgilius was watching the scene unfold, leaving his food to cool and hardly taking a bite even though he was the one who brought it all. Come on. Perhaps he's gone quiet because of Karen's song. It does come to mind that he said she was going through a tunnel, and then I turned my gaze to Sinclair, who was awkwardly laughing amongst the other sinners. If we're going through a long tunnel, then what we do is wait for the morning to arrive, right? What was that about, Dante? Drop the goofy poetry and have a kebab. Our manager has no mouth. The executive manager has no need for a mouth, as they're perfectly capable of commanding us without a word. Do keep that in mind. So true, Otis. Don't you ever get tired of licking their boots so clean, Otis? Oi, got more of this scran? It's peak. I'm sorry. This character. Amazing. Hey yo, BG, give me a light. Who the fuck is BG? Bug guy? Thought I wouldn't know what that's short for? I thought about giving a speech to the sinners about how this fruitful yet unsuccessful mission changed my mindset. But I soon shelved the idea. I told Sinclair to not let a failure of the moment bind him after all. Instead, I've resolved to make up for this less than ideal outcome on our next mission. May I have thine attention, Sir Virgilius? What? I do believe I have acted with sufficient caution as you hath warned. Thusly, if I may, would you allow me to lay claim upon a skewer? Go right ahead. As Don Quixote's excited jubilation adds a layer of vigor to the already lively bus, a message I couldn't speak, but one I am sure has been conveyed in one way or another spreads between us. And so the morning came. Cute. They're so cute. I love this team of weird people. I actually do. I love ensemble casts. I love when there's like a group of weirdos, you know? And I'm really happy that I'm liking all of them. Or most of them so far. 3 down, 6 to go, yeah. But this is extra short, so I'm sure that the remaining ones will take way longer. Especially because I'll be taking a small break next week from Limbus to stream Street Fighter. Dude, my channel is going to be filled with copyright claims. These songs are cute. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of ballads and stuff, but 500 copyright claims. Yeah. I mean, copyright isn't always bad. It's just that copyright makes you share revenue, but like on the Limbus channel, on the YouTube channel that I stream Limbus on, you need 1,000 subs to get monetized. It's like, whatever. It's going to be a problem later, but Canto 4 has the most nodes, I've heard, but I've also heard you can skip, so I'll probably just do that a bunch. If there's no story attached to them or whatever. And then I'll just do them in my free time to get through the fights. Something important to understand, 30% of the jokes in this game, the word ideal in Korean is the same as Hisang, the name of the sinner, right? I think I heard somebody say that at some point, but I just forgot about it. I like that little reverse section, reverse thing. She's slashing. She keeps slashing. She's still going. Hell's Kitchen. Intervallo. Okay, we're gonna do that next time, whenever that happens, in like 2 weeks from now. But that was cool. Let me collect the thing. Okay. 2 weeks from now is gonna be when I pull for the next unit, who's supposedly Otis, so this is pretty nice. And yeah. In the meantime, I will be, you know, farming stuff. I don't know if I'll be like doing every mirror dungeon or whatever that I can afford to do. But I will be doing them. Also, holy shit, look at that. 18 boxes. What the? I have so many. I feel like I might not run out for a while. Wait, can I, oh, reward exchange? I would love to get this, but... maybe I should have gotten this, actually. She looks sick. But I wasn't sure if I was gonna get enough to get it. Whatever. There you go. Sure. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna farm in the meantime. Center tier list on stream. I could do that. I think I'll do that after the intervallo. We're gonna take like a small kind of interlude moment where I do this, and I want to make some Limbus Company videos as well, not just, you know, stream it all the time. I'll make my impressions of the story and what I think about it and stuff. These might be stream segments. I don't know. Might just like stream them and then like turn it into a video or something. We'll see. And then yeah, center tier list to talk about the characters might be a good thing. Oh yeah, year, right. Is it like northwest, east, south? Wait, you can see the... what is the stitch line here? Or like, you know, aesthetically it looks like that. Because like anything beyond this is outskirts, or anything within this is outskirts. Where would the year be? Ah, fuck, I need to do the to unlock Dante's. No, it's okay. Damn it, not yet. Yeah, I don't know where the year is. Sorry, I'm not sure. I'll edit this later when I get more stuff.
어둠이 깔릴 때 숨어 있는 정보들이 고개를 내민.
Just hover over a chapter? Oh. Oh. And these are months. No? Yes. Okay, 984. This is February. I'm assuming the months are the same. Okay. Hell's Kitchen. Like the Hell's Chicken. Okay, never mind. Not like the show. Okay, I have 30 pulls plus these 15, so I feel like I'm gonna get the unit whenever I pull for her. Christmas in February, yeah. It's still wintry. Wait, what? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna pull right now. I already pulled for Ryoshu and I got everything. I am kind of tempted to pull for Sinclair now, though. Just for fun. Just for funsies. Why not, you know? He has a little more aura now in my head. This version is look at the oh my god, dude. It looks so sick. Come on. Okay, yeah. I have ideas for what I want to do.
숨어 있는 정보들이 고개를 내민다. 그때 모가지를 베면 되는 거야.
I think the videos could be okay. We could do like I'll do a sort of a review of the first 3 Cantos type video. And then I will do like a character tier list impressions as of Canto 3. And then we will stream Canto 4. And then after Canto 4, I think I'll do the like listening to music, reaction to music or whatever, that kind of thing. Listening to the OST. Maybe I should wait longer though. Nah, I feel like I should wait longer than Canto 4. Yeah.
그래봤자 네가 갈 곳은
Most
또
crackable sinners, yeah. Well, bro, you already know. Number 1. I'm attracted to you know. I mean, okay, actually what I'm attracted to is not always 100% overlapping with what I find cool. That's not true, actually. Yeah, that's not true. The fact that she's military is actually such a downgrade for me. I'm sorry. It is. It truly is. I don't like that she's military. So it kind of bumps her down a lot. I feel like in real life, she would be the hottest. Like, she would be the popular girl, I feel like. Out of these, I feel like she's the most normal, actually. The most like a normal fucking person. Kind of alongside her, like these two. Like, this one is very strange. This one is kind of unhinged. This one is genuinely insane, like crazy. Later, she would have would 100% have unblockables if she was in a fighting game. She would be the, what is the guy's name? She would be Hakumen in BlazBlue. All right. Anyway, it's really late. I streamed way later than I would normally. So, but thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. See ya if you watch my fighting game streams on Twitch, then tomorrow. But if not, then if Limbus, then in 2 weeks from now. All right. Bye bye. Hope you have a good one. See ya.